Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Jamison, and this is how I cook. Have you ever wanted to cook something for somebody who influenced you greatly in the kitchen? In this case, Chef Jacques Pépin is getting ready to celebrate his 90th birthday. And I thought to myself, if I had one meal to cook for Chef Pépin to celebrate his 90th birthday, to tell him how much he means to me and how much he's influenced my cooking and the presentation that I do for you guys here on my YouTube channel. And just to tell him thank you for his many years of service in the kitchen and his career, I would cook for him tomato soup and a delicious grilled cheese sandwich. So up next, this is my way of wishing Chef Jacques Pépin a happy 90th birthday. And up next for you guys, I'm going to cook for you a tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich, and tell you why Chef Jacques Pépin is so important to me. Okay guys, before we get farther into the video, do me a favor, hit that subscription button and turn on those notifications. It really does help my channel. And do me a favor, like this video and leave me a comment. Do you like tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich? Let me know in the comments. I think I already know the answer, but here we've got some oil that we're heating up. This is about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And now we've got some onion and some garlic, and we want to start browning this up. So this is the dump and go recipe. I'm going to put the exact amounts of everything down in the description for the recipe. So you'll get the full recipe down in the description below. Next thing we're going to add into this is we're going to add in some red pepper flake. At this stage, you don't want a high heat. You just want to make sure that you're watching your onions and your garlic, that you're not burning them. You just want to sweat this a little bit around with this red pepper flake. Next, I'm going to add in a pinch of celery salt. Next, I'm going to put in a pinch of black pepper. Now, the trick to this is I'm putting the spices in while there's oil in the pan, and that oil is going to become infused with those spices. And also, those spices are going to wake up and bloom a lot more because I'm heating them up before I put the rest of the ingredients to the soup in here. Next thing we're going to put in here is we're going to put in our can of San Marzano tomatoes. These tomatoes are some of the best tomatoes that you can ever use in your cooking at home. These are San Marzano tomatoes. And these tomatoes, you want to break these on up. Now I'm going to put in a cup of water. Next thing we're going to do is add in, we're going to add in some butter. I don't care how much you put into yours, but yeah, we're going to put in some butter into this. Butter and tomatoes go surprisingly well together. And we're going to use this butter to help enrich and fortify our soup. I tasted this and I want a little bit more heat in mine. So I'm putting a little bit more red pepper flake. Also, we're gonna put in a little bit of chicken bouillon. So this is chicken powder. So you only wanna put in here about a teaspoon's worth. The chicken powder is gonna help give this soup a depth of flavor. You don't have to use chicken powder. You can use chicken stock if you want to, but that chicken powder has a few spices in it and some savory notes that we wanna add into our tomato soup. So at this point, our tomato soup is done. The only thing we need to do is we need to blend this all together to make it nice and smooth, and then adjust our seasoning. But that's your tomato soup base right there. So here's my stick blender. Now, you don't have to have a stick blender to do this, or an immersion blender. But what you do need to do is let this cool off before you put this hot soup into your blender to turn it into a more liquefied or a smoother tomato soup. A stick blender is nice because I don't have to worry about this exploding and blowing up in my face if I try to blend hot soup. So we're going to use this to turn this soup into our finished texture for our tomato soup. So I can already hear you saying, well, how much of this do I have to do? Well, you get this to the texture that you want your tomato soup to be. Some people like stewed tomatoes where they're just nice and chunky. But in this case, we want a nice, smooth tomato soup. And see how smooth this is? See how smooth that is? That's tomato soup. We're gonna adjust our seasoning. I'll put more black pepper in there. We got a little bit of dry basil. Just a pinch of this is gonna help this flavor profile. We got our friend, Mr. Accent. We're gonna wake that flavor up a little bit. So we're just gonna put a tap of this in there to help get our flavor notes to come out. And we're gonna come back with a little bit more chicken bouillon. Just a taste. And we're gonna put in a pinch more of our celery salt. Just a pinch. Now I'm gonna stir all this together. I'm gonna add in a pinch of salt. That is our tomato soup. It was 2020 and COVID-19 was ravaging the economy. I was out of work as a result. I was sitting at home, scrolling through Facebook, and came across someone in their kitchen cooking a cheese souffle. As I listened to the video, I heard a French accent that was familiar to me. And then I realized that's Chef Jacques Pépin. Chef Jacques Pépin was someone that I grew up watching on Georgia Public television and PBS. And Chef Pépin was in his kitchen making a cheese souffle and was showing us from his kitchen how to cook. He didn't have an industrial stove. He didn't have a commercial kitchen. He had the same tools and equipment that I found myself having in the kitchen. And here he was cooking and demonstrating how to make a cheese souffle. And then I realized that maybe it's more than just a cheese souffle that's being demonstrated in the kitchen by Chef Pépin. Maybe it was resilience. Maybe it was courage. Maybe it was humility. Chef Pépin has done literally any and everything you could imagine as a chef. He is at the pinnacle of cooking. And yet here he is in his kitchen during COVID-19, showing us these recipes that he grew up eating, things that were coming to him from a place of ancestry, from a place of love and a place of family. It was something that was speaking to me at a time in my life where I really needed something wholesome, something that took my mind off of problems and death and circumstances that were outside of my control. And Chef Pépin was using his talent and his gift with food to do just that. And so when I thought about this video, a small, humble tribute to Chef Pépin, and the reason why I'm even showing you guys how to cook on the internet, it all comes back to Chef Jacques Pépin. And so Chef Pépin, let me wish you a happy 90th birthday. As someone who gets in the kitchen and tries his best to rock his knife, just like you have taught us how to rock our knives as we cut up things. And as someone who tries to emulate you in purpose and in thought and in passing on that sort of ancestral truth of food, I want to wish you a happy 90th birthday. Thank you again for all that you have done. And thank you again for being my inspiration, being someone who informs how I cook. And thank you for being one of the reasons that Jamison presents This Is How I Cook. Happy birthday, Chef Jacques Pépin. And you may never see this video, you may never come across this video, but if in off chance that you do, I really, really do, sir, appreciate you. And I'm humbled by your example and just how you approach food. And thank you for making room for somebody like me in your kitchen. So guys, let's get back to this tomato soup and this beautiful grilled cheese sandwich in honor of Chef Jacques Pépin. Okay, so before we get into the recipe and the demonstration, do me a favor, hit that subscription button, hit that like button, and also leave me a comment. What do you guys like to eat your grilled cheese sandwich with? Do you guys like a grilled cheese sandwich? How do you make your grilled cheese sandwich? Let me know down in the comments. So this is our cast iron skillet. And before we heat this up, I want you to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So why are you using an oven to make a grilled cheese sandwich? Well, this bread is thicker than I normally would buy. certain bread for making a grilled cheese sandwich. But I really like this croissant bread. And so this croissant bread comes from Kroger. You can go ask them, hey, do you guys have any croissant bread? And they'll show you a loaf of this stuff. See how dense this is? See how thick this is? It's nice and layered, but it's still dense. And so the oven is gonna help cook the cheese in between this grilled bread. So if you have a thinner piece of bread, you don't have to use the oven, but if you have thicker bread like I have, then preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So we're gonna start by kind of setting up our sandwich. And what I like to do is I like to kind of get my sandwiches laid out as I'm gonna work with them. You know, so this side of the bread marries nicely with this side of the bread. So that's gonna be one sandwich. And then this piece of bread marries nicely with this piece of bread. So this is gonna be another sandwich. So what I like to do with this butter is I put this butter underneath my sandwich. So we're only doing one side at a time. So we put that butter underneath that side. And then I come and do the same thing again with this other piece and put the bread on top. Now this skillet is cold. This skillet is cold. You don't have to soften the butter. You don't have to do any of that. The skillet is cold. So as the skillet heats up, I'm gonna show you how I get this butter to spread onto mine. And as this heats up, I'm gonna take my time, and you see the butter pooling underneath the bread? And this one's moving, same thing. And all you wanna do is just press down until you get a nice buttery spot that's a little bit bigger than your piece of bread. Just keep on rubbing it. So one of the tricks to a good grilled cheese sandwich is to take your time. And so I'm gonna turn down my stove to low and just let this bread and butter get to know each other. And as that bread and butter gets to know each other, we're gonna build the rest of our sandwich on top of those pieces that are on the bottom. First cheese we're gonna put down some Gouda. Next thing we're gonna put down is some mozzarella. The mozzarella is where your cheese pool comes from with this particular combination of cheeses. So I'll put that slice in the middle. And on this other sandwich, I want more mozzarella, so I'm gonna put 2 pieces of mozzarella over here. And so the last thing we're gonna put down is some American cheese. And then now on this last sandwich, we wanna come and put another slice of mozzarella on top. And so you just wanna move it around. And if your bread is cooking too fast, it's because you've got your skillet up too hot. So then we put the slices on top of our bread. As you begin to smell this butter and you begin to smell this bread toasting, you want to start checking the bottom of your sandwich. There we go. Now we got some nice color happening there. I want to do the same thing with this sandwich over here too. That's pretty good for the first flip. Now sure, we could use the remaining butter in this pan to cook the other side of our grilled cheese sandwich. But why not when we've got more butter? Same thing. Same technique. Move our sandwich around in it. And we don't want our sandwiches touching here, right? Because we want to keep these nice and separate. But y'all, we got grilled cheese happening here. Now you see how the cheese hasn't quite melted in between the sandwich? It's starting to melt, but it hasn't quite melted. We're gonna flip this one more time, especially this one here, because it needs to get some color on it. And now what we're gonna do is take this and put it into our oven. And that, my friends, is our grilled cheese sandwich. And you can see now the cheese is melted. You got a little bit of the cheese melting out the side, but man, this is a perfect sandwich. Let me show you the other side of this sandwich. See how pretty that bread is? These are our grilled cheese sandwiches. Perfect. Perfect. This is how I cook. So the last thing we want to do to our soup is drizzle on some of this heavy cream as a garnish. And then we got a few chives to put here in the center. And since we've got some chives, Sprinkle a few here on our other side of our plate. And that is our grilled cheese sandwich. And that is our tomato soup. Let's see if we can't get a cheese pull for you guys. Let me break this bread. Let me get this slow. Oh, look at that cheese pull, y'all. Look at that cheese pull. Ooh. Y'all see that soup and that grilled cheese sandwich? Hard life I live. Hard life. Hold on. Let's try some of this soup. Let's try some of this soup, because this is what this video is about. This video is about tomato soup. Hold on. All right. Spicy. It has this wonderful acidity from the tomatoes. You've got a creaminess there too, right? I think the butter is what's helping that out. And it's just a wonderful set of pleasant spices, the celery salt, the black pepper, the chicken bouillon, the garlic, but you don't lose the tomatoes. This tomato soup, this is a winner, just in time for winter. Guys, I'm Jamison, and this is how I cook, and this is how I cook tomato soup. Let me get one more bite of this. That cream on top is a nice touch too as a garnish. It really does add a nice pleasant mildness to the soup also. Delicious, guys, delicious. So I know y'all saw that grilled cheese sandwich, and this was part of my tribute to Chef Jacques Pépin for his 90th birthday. Y'all see that sandwich? Y'all see that sandwich? Wait a minute, let me show you that real pretty side. Y'all see that sandwich? You know that sandwich has to find its way right here. Let me sop her up. Hold on, let me sop her up. Right there. Oh, look at that. Right. Wait a minute, let me get a little bit more on there. Y'all, oh boy. Bye. This last bite, y'all, bye. Oh. I ain't got nothing else to say.